adults, I teach teens. Let's go ahead and get it. First, I'm going to identify some of the things you need to know as a beginner to help you understand on what makes a good driving instructor. So when you are picking your instructor, you know what to look for. First, good driving instructors are very patient. You're going to be very nervous when you take your test. You're going to hesitate. And through your learning process and your maturation process, you will gradually gain more confidence. It does take time. As a beginner, right around that third or fifth lesson, you're going to start to understand speed and space. You're going to start to understand being a defensive driver. You're going to start to understand that good instructors don't yell at you. They keep control of their emotions. They understand when dangerous situations happen. A dangerous situation can be someone running a light. A dangerous situation can be someone aggressively tailgating you. So what I need all of you to do is listen to what I'm saying, take good notes, and you're going to understand a lot of information. Good instructors give directions in advance. Example, I need you to make a left turn at the light. They'll allow you to look over your shoulder, check your blind spot, check your inside mirror, outside mirror, use your blinker, and then safely navigate into the left turn lane. Good instructors don't make last-minute decisions. For example, turn right. No, left. Instantly, that is confusion. And if it was me taking the test, I would be very frustrated. Next, good instructors make conversation with you. Hey, how are you doing? They know your name. They know some information about you. Driving with Myles is my name. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults and teens. So we're here building our community. And if you have questions about driving, you need to put it in. The only reason why you are here is to learn about driving. We're not talking about Donald Trump. We're not talking about AI. We're not talking about a 5090 video card. We are talking about getting your test, feeling comfortable, and then elevating to learn. Good instructors use visual demonstrations. For example, they demonstrate by having us sit in the car as he or she moves around till you cannot see them in their blind spot. In the classroom, they use a steering wheel to show you what to do. And that's really important. A lot of beginning drivers panic. They make the wheel small. You put your hands to the bottom. And if you put your hands to the bottom or the top, you're going to make the steering wheel small. There's more than one way to hold the steering wheel. I want to be really clear about this. There's a 10 and 2. There's a 9 and 3. AAA, which is a national organization, suggests 7 and 5. You're going to learn from me looking at all my videos. You're going to learn from your mom. You're going to learn from your dad. You're going to learn from playing a driving game, Forza. But at the end of the day, you need to drive with both hands on the steering wheel. We're not palming the wheel. We're not turning underhand and throwing it. We're not putting our hand to the bottom. Many people want to argue and complain about this and about that. Have both hands on the wheel, feel comfortable, and learn. That's what I suggest to you. Let's go through some of the information to help you understand about what makes a good instructor, because that starts first. Hello, how are you doing? We're talking about what makes a good driving instructor from the student's perspective. Then we're going to talk about what you need to do to pass and prepare for your test. I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach adults. I teach teens. Let's get it. Next, good instructors are fun. We enjoy what we do. We're passionate about learning. And it's really important that you learn. You learn to hit your goal. That is becoming independent, because when you get your permit, when you get your license, you now have freedom. You can get a better job. You can become more successful. And that is so important to anyone, whether you're young or whether you are old. It really doesn't matter. But what I need you to do is understand about the goal. The goal is for you, if you're watching this, to listen to me, to take notes, to ask questions. And when you ask questions, you're going to be more engaged and you're going to learn. Next, good instructors share stories that relate to the concept. Example, we used to have a state police officer come into the class. He and she would show us pictures, and it's really important. Next, good instructors give positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement helps us elevate and reach our goal. Our goal in this live is about driver's education. We're not talking about anything else. Next, good instructors allow you to make mistakes. They show you where to put your hands on the steering wheel. Now let's get into about preparing for your test. I'm going to go through 2 bits of information to help you understand and help you reach your goal. This is the driving skills report card. And if you want more information when this live is over, you're going to click the link in this live, and that's my bio, and I have information available for you in my stand store that shows you and teaches you how to pass your test. It is not free. There is a cost. And if you are really serious about driving, you need to set up a live coaching call with me. Why? I'm a state certified driving instructor. I've been teaching adults and teens for over 24 years. And as we go through the process, new information is coming out. Let's talk about it. It is my recommendation for your adult or teen after completing a minimum of 6 hours. Hello from Spain. How are you? I'm from the United States. How are you doing? It is my suggestion after at least 6 hours of driving. Some states have 8, some states have 20, some states have 30. Every state, every country is different. It is, you have acquired the skills and the aptitude to learn how to drive. Many of you can get in a car and you can start the car, but can you do a reverse parallel park? Can you go through a roundabout? Can you merge on the expressway? Can you make a protected left turn and then change lanes? So there are multiple things that you need to do as a beginner to help you, and I'm going to go through those. Put in your questions. Tell me where you're from. I'm from the United States. I'm from the Midwest. I'm a state certified driving instructor, and I'm here to really help you elevate. Let's keep going. So you are getting ready to learn how to drive with a motor vehicle, whether a manual or automatic. Having a good driving instructor, roads much more lighter than in the US, so sometimes it's harder depending on where you are from. I do agree, every country, every state, every province in the world has different rules and expectations. And at the end of the day, you've got to get proper coaching. You have to get proper teaching. And I want you to use my video as a guide to let you know, hey, my teacher is doing a good job. I'll pay for an additional 5 lessons. Or my teacher is not doing a good job and I will not pay for an additional 5 lessons. So I want you to use this as a reference. And yes, I do teach on manuals. I do know how to drive a manual. I do know how to drive an automatic. So it's a little bit similar, but some of the fundamentals are slightly different. So keep those questions coming in. While many safe driving skills have been taught and practiced during this course, there has not been sufficient time for a student or an adult to be an accomplished driver. It takes time. My little brother loves your tour and driving videos. He turned 13. His name's, oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it. Please put in where you're from, and I want you to listen. Where are you at in the United States, or where are you at in the world? Are you watching it on a phone? Are you watching it on a tablet? Are you watching it on a TV? I do want to know so I can continue moving forward, and I'm blessed to help. So put in your questions. So you've been practicing and training, but it's really important that you understand. In Europe, most drive manuals. Do you think a manual must be more useful than automatic? It depends. I've driven manuals before. They're very fun, very exhilarating. You become more connected with how to drive, how to downshift, how to upshift, how to power shift when you're on the track. So I think it depends on what you grow up with. If you grow up with manuals, then manuals are normal. If you grow up around automatics, then automatics are normal. I think you need to learn how to use both. There are a lot of videos flowing on the internet saying, learn how to have clutch control. You need to have steering control and vehicle control all the time, whether you have an automatic or manual. So you'll see a lot of content creators in Europe, oh, we don't have clutch control. Here in America, we drive both. So you just have to be comfortable, and it takes time. So don't get fooled by a lot of random comments saying clutch control. You just need to have a good, solid coach, and they will give you that confidence. No cap. I love the questions. Keep coming in. Next, please use an SNIUX on the skills that need feedback. So I'm going to go through each one right now. Pre-entry and driving checks. Do you first get into your vehicle, lock the door, and put on the seatbelt? I had 3 adults today just get in the car, start the car, and get ready to drive. I stopped them and I said, you will fail if you do not put on your seatbelt, go through all of your safety checks. It is really important that you, as a beginner, and me as an instructor, we go over those fundamentals all the time. It's really important. This is no joke. I'm not here to waste your time. You need to keep putting questions in. So S is for satisfactory. Many of you will not have an S the first 5 to 7 times because that means you're at the top. That means you're skilled. You perform the maneuver without verbal instructions or guidance. This means I shouldn't have to tell you, okay, you need to make a left turn, check your mirrors, check your blind spots, turn on your blinker, and look over your shoulder. If I have to tell you this, then you're not ready to go on to the next lesson. If I have to tell you, okay, you're at 25, the car's at 5,000 RPMs, you need to upshift to the next gear. I have to tell you that, then you are not ready to move on. Please understand what I'm saying, and please take good notes and keep putting your questions in. Let's keep going. N is for needs. NI is for needs improvement. Student perform with minimal verbal instruction or guidance. Remember, I'm teaching an individual who's never been in a vehicle, who's overwhelmed. And in America, we have roundabouts too. Don't think that the UK or Australia or India is the only place where they have roundabouts and manuals. We have roundabouts in the United States. We have manuals in the United States. We have junctions. We have thoroughfares. We have main fares. So don't get fooled by what you hear. There's a lot of misinformation that's going around on the internet saying that American licenses are very easy to get. They are not. And if you don't study, you will fail, you will cause an accident, and you will end up being by yourself. So it's really important that you understand these fundamentals. You have a state certified driving instructor who will explain stuff to you, who will give you real examples. And I will tell you the truth. I'm not going to cap on you and lie and say you're good when you're not good. That's a promise I'm going to make to you, and that's a promise I'm going to make to myself. Next, let's talk about starting procedures. You want to make sure your foot's on the brake. We may have a push to start. We may have a key to put into the ignition. If you have a manual, you have to hold the brake, make sure your car's out of gear. You push the clutch in, you turn the key forward till the motor starts. All those things are important. There's a proper procedure. There's a routine that you go through. Next, let's talk about front bumper reference points. I really am a firm believer in front bumper reference points. Let's pretend we're driving. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. You need to drive between my hands. If you don't drive between my hands, you're going to be drifting to the right or you're going to be drifting to the left. One of the biggest things I see is beginning drivers not using lane line reference points. In America, we have a white line on the side of the road. It's called the edge, EDGE, the edge line. That is to help you with reference. That is to help you stay straight. And in fog or rain or snow, when the lane is visible, that line can help you stay straight. Next, we have a broken yellow line. This means if safe, you can change lanes. Or we have a solid double yellow line. This is to the left. If it's your solid double yellow line, listen to me. You're going to have questions on your test. And I'm going to be going over some of these things in a few minutes. If you have a solid double yellow line, you cannot pass. A lot of beginners misunderstand pavement markings. You have a stop line. That's a big, thick white line. You stop with the front of your car behind the line. If you pass that line, that is a 1-point deduction. If the front of your car goes into the crosswalk, there are two thin white lines. That is for pedestrians. You can easily get a -2, 1, and 2 if you go past the stop line, if you go forward to the crosswalk. I need you to understand that. I need you to pause for a second and put questions in, because this is how we learn. We all put questions in, we all learn. So I want you to take a moment and put questions in. It's really important that you understand questions. So I'm going to give you a moment to put in your questions, and I really need you to make sure that you're prepared, you're able, and you're willing to participate and answer questions, because that's going to help you understand about movements, understand about prevention, and understand our goal. Our goal today is to prepare you for driving. My goal today is to prepare you for what does it mean to get into the vehicle. How does it feel? What anxiety will you feel? You will feel some type of way. I guarantee it. You're going to feel some type of way once you get into the vehicle, once you understand what is going to happen to you. How to take a turn. Number one, I need you to put in, where are you from in the United States? Are you from the United States? Are you from the UK? I want to get some data. So help me understand. And then I would love to answer your question. And give this live a thumbs up. I'm looking for 25 thumbs up. This will tell the algorithm that this is useful for all people. Okay? And my goal is to educate you. My goal is to prepare you. And my information is not free. So in terms of the G test, first you want to get a good qualified instructor. You want to make sure that instructor understands the rules and laws in the country that you're in. And they should have a license certification. I have a certification for the United States. Okay, from Africa, what's up? Hey, love that. You want to have an instructor who has a valid license. That signifies that they have the proper training. Example, I recertified less than 3 weeks ago. I'm good for 2 years. My certification is good in the United States, in the Midwest. I had to go through a background check. I had to do a professional development. Then I turned that information in to the state. I sent my money in, and within less than 24 hours, I got my email notification that everything was processed. So in terms of in Africa, and I don't have much information on what they do in Africa, but number one, your instructor needs to have a license, some type of certification. It should be in your pocket. It should be displayed. They really have a thing that goes around their neck. Number two, they should be able to explain the car to you, the manual, the clutch, the brake. They should have it licensed and insured. And then next, you want to make sure your instructor is qualified. They should be able to pass their test. And what time is it in Africa? Let me know. What time is it in Africa? Let's keep going. And in a moment, I'm going to give you some statistics that are going to be very exciting. So keep putting in your questions. Next, you want to have an instructor who's going to show you how to do push pull. This is push pull on the steering wheel, and hand over hand. Hand over hand, based on the National Highway Safety Transportation, is a good movement for parking, parallel parking. It's a good movement for making a right turn. Remember, people around the world, particularly in the United States, and I understand that this is a global platform. People are watching this in Africa, UAE, Australia. Okay, I love it. 11:40. It is 8:40 p.m. here in the Midwest in the United States. First, thank you for taking the time, and I really appreciate it. So, if I was in Africa, I would look for a qualified instructor. Show me your state license, or show me your country license. Show me your last certification. Okay, are they an independent contractor? Do they work for a driving school? And what part of Africa? Africa is a huge continent. Give me more. What country are you from? Okay. Are you from Johannesburg? Are you from South Africa? Okay. Are you from the Congo? Okay. So put in what part of Africa are you from? I really want to know. And I'm very appreciative and humbled that you take the time to watch this. Okay, Sierra Leone, love it, love it. So I believe getting that license is extremely important to get to a job. I know more companies are coming there, not just from the United States, but from around the world, right? Um, and do you guys primarily drive with automatics or manuals? Okay, and please let me know that you need to know how to drive both. And you need to be in control of your vehicle. Do you have, obviously, you have cement roads, you have asphalt roads. Are your roads in good shape? I'm glad. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, John. Hey, how you doing? John, please tell me where you're from. I'm in the Eastern time zone. It is 7:41 uh, Pacific time. Excuse me. It's 7:41 Eastern Standard Time. And I'm a state certified driving instructor here in the United States. But a lot of this information will carry over for you to learn, to get comfortable in the car. Thank you. I needed that. That was a good sneeze. Also, I go live doing tutorials. I'll be going live probably about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning because I'll be driving to a driver's education convention that we will be going live through. So I'll be getting in the car, going through all my safety checks, putting on my seatbelt in San Diego. Hey, what's up? I have my uncle who lives in Pasadena, California. Okay, just to give you some reference. But driver's education is more expensive. In the U.S., do instructors have their teaching exam, a grade every few years, able to continue? Yes, they do. Here in the United States, every 2 years, and I'm speaking from where I live, every 2 years, my certification expires. So about a year out, 8 months out, I'll get an email from the company that I work for. Um, no, I teach. I'm an American. I have my flag in the back. I'm patriotic, right? And I like to have the American flag. I am definitely patriotic. And my cousin was in the military. She served the country, and I have members of my family in the police force. So I am a patriot. I do love my country, and I think it's important that you represent your country, you support your country, and you're proud of who you are and what you are about. So, hey, and it's all good. And I'm just proud of who I am, and I don't have to destroy anyone's democracy, deport anyone, none of that hate. America is the land of the free and home of the brave. If you work hard and you're trying to better yourself, and there's a way to getting your citizenship, by all means do that. There's a lot of crazy things going on right now that I don't agree with. So I just want to keep my, if I see something wrong, I'm gonna say something about it, right? The area that I live in, it is mixed with a wide variety of people. They're hardworking people. One gentleman owns about 10 gas stations. He came from the Middle East. He started from the ground up, and he's a multimillionaire, and he serves the community. He really has impacted the community. So I admire people like that who don't let politics and racial things get in their way. So I'm about achievement, and I was taught to care about people, not be uh, racist and prejudiced, and just work hard. If someone beats me, I'm not working hard enough. If someone is smarter than me, I'm not working hard enough. And if I don't know the answer, I'm going to keep working hard. And that's what I want all of you to do. Don't be tricked by this American flag. I'm proud of who I am, and I'm going to keep going, but also I don't have to beat my chest and say, hey, I'm an American, and bow down to me. Never that. I'm humble, right? And I have family members from all over the world, a mixed family. So, yeah. All right, let's keep going. So you want to be able to operate your vehicle controls, gear shifts, adjust your seat, turn on your windshield wipers, turn on the heater. You got to feel comfortable. You need to know about the instrument panel. You need to know about the gauges. You want to feel comfortable in the car, because if you don't feel comfortable in the car, you won't perform well in the car. And that's serious, whether you're driving an automatic, a manual, or a big truck or a small car. So you have to feel comfortable in the car. And if you're not comfortable, and you're not comfortable with your coach, and you don't understand pavement markings and signs, just like occasionally I go to Toronto, and Drake is from Toronto, right? I go to Toronto, I go up to Montreal, right? I had a family member go down to Belo Horizonte, Brazil, right? Who played for Team Galo. That's something that you don't know. They play for Team Galo. So we have customers and members and family members who go to Brazil, okay? So multicultural, and that's an awesome thing. Next, operating the steering wheel. How many of you turn hand over hand? I want you to put that in. How many of you turn hand to hand? There's hand over hand, and there's hand to hand. Those things are very important. That you feel comfortable, you're able to turn the steering wheel, because you have to turn the steering wheel. If you don't turn the steering wheel, you're going to keep going straight. If you don't know how to parallel park or park in general, you won't be able to pass your driving test, whether it's stall parking, angle parking, parallel parking. You have to be able to have maneuverability. And we're going to go ahead and go over a lot more information. So I'm really excited, and I'm going to go over some of the elements of the test. So you keep putting your questions in. All right, guys, I'm going to go over this information right now, and you're doing your questions. We're answering questions. First, I need all of you to put in how many driving hours you have. Put in your age and how many driving hours you have. That's the first thing I want to know. How many driving hours do you have? And then from where we are here in the United States, and we have a graduated license, my students need 50 hours, and you have to be 16. So I'm teaching a segment 2 class right now. We're going to check the chat. The chat should be open. I'm going to double check. Yes. So I need you to put in how old are you and how many driving hours you have. Please go ahead and type that in, and I'm going to keep going. So go ahead and put that in. This is the segment 2 driver's education risk awareness. Risk awareness is the chance of death, damage, or loss, or death. We know that beginning drivers, young drivers, really under 24, you have the highest crash rates of any group. And then after around 24, you start getting common sense. Your brain is fully developed. Then you start, after 24, you're done with college. You should be. You should start your job. You should be out of your mama's basement. Real talk. You should have a job. Okay, and if you have a job, put job again. Okay, I see your hours, but do you have a job if you want to be with me? Okay, So put in how old you are, how many hours of driving, and do you have a job? Because this tells me that you want to go get it. This tells me that you're not lying around a mom and daddy's wallet saying, hey, mom and dad, can you put gas in my car? Hey, mom and dad, I want a new 5090 video card that costs over $2,000. And they're going to say, are you crazy? You stay with your old gaming system. Hey, mom and dad, can I go to the mall? Hey, mom and dad, I want some special cereal. So less than half of you will have jobs. Well, I got school. Well, you're getting older. You want to take your driving test. You want to look nice. Usually, most young people at the beginning of school, you get 3 or 4 pair of shoes, get a nice backpack, get the crispy haircut, you get 4 or 5 shirts, and then you rotate. But some of you have bigger wardrobes and you love clothes. So at the beginning of the year, this is when you show off. You got your nice crispy shirt on, nice crispy hoodie, but in your age group, you wear the same old hoodie all the time, no cap. You get one hoodie and you wear it every single day and you never wash it. I'm playing with you, I'm capping on you. But real talk, and we're gonna go over this as we keep talking. So you gotta have a JOB if you wanna be with me. So I only see a few people with jobs. I see a lot of people with 40 hours, 70 hours, 51, 44 hours, 50 hours and 6 minutes, barely making it. So 16 and 70 hours, do not have a job. So you got to have a job, because with the job, you can show your parents, hey, I want to work. And hey, I've saved $2,000. Okay, we're going to match you so you can get a better car. We're not going to buy you a new car, but we're going to get you a better car to get you through high school and through college. Because if you have a junky car, it's going to break down and it's going to cost you more money in the long run. So when you work and establish credit, if you can get a credit, how many got a credit card? Let's put that in. How many of you have a credit card? Type in credit card. You want to establish credit at 16 or 17. Okay, that's really important. If you can establish credit, that can help you at that 18, 19, 20, when you are tired of your grandmother's old Buick. And you can say, well, mom and dad, the car's paid off. I want to trade it in. And okay, son or daughter, you got a credit card. You've been working. We'll sell it to you. What do you mean sell it? We'll sell it to you. Or here's the title. You get the best car and we'll help you, not so much with the down payment, but we'll help you and you make the payments. Or we'll co-sign. Some of your parents are willing to co-sign, but if you miss a payment, it's going to be on your parents. And if you're not responsible, they're not going to help you. Okay, so I see a lot of you have credit cards. Awesome. Let's keep going. Okay, so risk awareness. What are 4 examples of risky driving behavior? I need you to go ahead and put this in. We're going to do a question and answer. What are 4 examples of risky driving behavior? I need you to put in 4 examples of risky driving behavior. No, you're not supposed to palm the wheel. You can lose control by palming the wheel. You're going to lose control of the car. On your test, if you palm the wheel, automatic failure. Now, if you're done with your test and you're 17, 18, 19, 20, that's your business. I'm 30 and 40 hours. I would make sure I have both hands on the wheel, right? Because with both hands on the wheel, you won't lose control. Yeah, sure, occasionally I palm the wheel if I'm trying to get it in a really tight location, but I know if my hand slips, I'm going to crash. So what I need you to do is do what works for you. I'm intelligent enough and chilled enough to let you know that if it works for you, do it. But a large majority of people haven't obtained their license yet. Okay? All right, let's keep going. So on the phone, not paying attention, speeding. Okay? So those are all distractions, and we live in a distracted society. For 16 to 17-year-olds, and this could also be 18 to 20-year-olds. This could be 21 to 25-year-olds. This could be 25 to 35-year-olds. 1 in 8 of you will be involved in a crash in the first 3 years of driving. 1 in 8 of you. So if we have, 20 people on, 19 people on, 30 people on, 3 of you will be in a crash in the first 3 years. Okay? And I'm going to go through this information and we'll show you and we'll prepare you. Put more questions in. Okay, approximately 1 out of 11 16-year-olds will have a serious crash before your 17th birthday. But let's move up. Let's pretend you're 19. Let's pretend you're 20. You don't really drive much. A lot of people don't want to drive today. They're scared. They have anxiety. They're not really motivated. Okay? So if you're not motivated, mom and dad are not really pushing you. Okay, drive. You're going to sit there. In fact, one of my students today, we were done. Another student, I'm not going to name them, had anxiety. They missed their 3rd drive. So the corporation will freeze their drives, their contract. And he said, well, my mom put money in my account for my Uber or my Lyft. I'm like, what? So I told him, let's go ahead and drive home. Now, before you start before you start capping on him, and let me go back and start. We were driving today. I was in for a 3-hour, but one of my students didn't show. She had anxiety. And when you have anxiety, you are unwilling or you can't learn how to drive. And I'm not going to drive someone or force someone to drive who has anxiety, who can't even make it out of the parking lot. Thank you, Sophia, for telling me that I was muted. I appreciate you. So it's really important that you drive with a purpose. And for you to make it to segment 2, it's good. This means you're on pace, you're doing what you need to do, you're getting your hours, your parents buy in, they realize, you're going to have to get you a car. You're going to get your mom's car. You're going to get your grandma's car. It's in the garage. There's cat poop there. The battery's dead. It's got 3 flat tires. We'll get you some tires. You'll change the battery. You'll vacuum the car, scrub the seats, clean the windows, and that's your car. And you better be thankful. Now, I need you to type in what year, make, and model of car you're driving. This is your chance to show me what year, make, and model. Okay? What year, make, and model of car are you driving? Please don't say, I don't know. Because if you don't know the year, make, and model of the car, why are you even driving? We're here to support America, period. So I'm from Canada and I'm going to be doing my test on the 28th. Hopefully this information will help you. It'll make you a better driver. Next, so a 2016 Chevy, 2023 Ford, a 2025 Tundra, 2012 Ford Fusion, 2021 Wrangler, 2015 Nissan, a 2009 Volkswagen, amen. The 2024 Mach-E, I like that, that's awesome. Okay, so you're driving vehicles within your budget, they're safe, and that's so important. Okay, let's keep going. 36 young drivers have a fatal crash every year in our location. 36 young drivers have fatal car crashes. A fatal is when someone dies. Okay? A fatal is when someone dies. Yes, the car is fine. For every 2 miles driven, the average driver makes 200 observations. You're looking, checking, okay? You make 200 observations and 40 decisions and 1 mistake. That's average. Some of you are above average, some of you are below. Once every 500 miles, one of those decisions leads to a near collision. Well, what am I saying? You're merging on an expressway, you don't see traffic slowing down, you almost rear end a car. You're merging an expressway, you forget to check your blind spot, and you almost get sideswiped by a truck. So what I need you to do is just pause, avoid distractions. Due to lack of driving experience, the largest category in errors for young drivers is speeding. You need to write this down because this will help prepare you for your knowledge test. Yes, that is okay for your car. Now, I'm going to ask you another question. I need you to put this in. This is question and answer. If you were the driver and survived a fatal crash caused by you, how would this affect your life? Again, I'll read the question again, and I need you to put it in. If you were the driver and survived a fatal crash, this is when someone died caused by you, how would this affect their life? So I need you to think for a moment and tell me, how would this affect your life? Give me a couple sentences. Please also put random stuff. Definitely mental health and trauma, because I would be reflecting this over and over and over again. And mental health is no joke. I don't care what people say. Mental health is real. And that's from the Army, the Navy, the federal government, our law enforcement officers. Mental health is really important. People's mental health would... I can't type that. People's mental health would be worse. I need you to go ahead and put in, if you were the driver and survived a fatal car crash caused by you, how would this affect your life? Mental health is important, and I need all of you to understand about mental health. And we need to get support. There could be manslaughter charges. You didn't intend, you didn't plan, hey, I'm going to murder my friend today in this car. Obviously, they will examine you, examine the car, look at your background, check your instructor's credentials. They're going to backtrack. They're going to check everything. They're going to look at videos of you driving that day. They'll look at videos of you driving 2 or 3 weeks ago. They're going to talk to your principal, talk to your coach, talk to your parents. Financial issues and lawyer fees are also incredible, because you could be facing, and you will be facing, a potential lawsuit from the family's parents. So you better get a good lawyer, okay? Let's pretend you fell asleep at the wheel. The person is gone. You're going to face charges. Let's pretend you were driving too fast and you slid off the road and you rolled the car over. Your friend got ejected from the car. Let's pretend you were driving with a group of your friends, you lost control, you rolled your car. So there are different scenarios and situations, but you got to have a good lawyer, right? And if you need the test extended, fine. Okay, I will feel horrible. I will be scared. Some of you probably will be serving jail time. You're going to lose your license at least for 5 to 7 years, minimum. You're going to have to go to a driver's education session to help understand, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Were you under the influence? Were you reckless driving? It's only one of two reasons. Either you're distracted, you're under the influence, reckless driving. Okay? So, or were you chronically depressed for a long time? Your teachers noticed it, your coaches noticed it, your counselors noticed it. And that's, some of you will say that's a cop-out. Some of you will say, hey, it happens. Okay? So it will affect you, and you will never be the same. Okay. This is next question. I need you to put this in. Why is 9 p.m. to midnight a dangerous time period for young driver fatal car crashes? Again, why is 9 p.m. to midnight a dangerous period for young driver fatal car crashes? The big issue with this topic is teens and people weaving in and out of traffic. I do agree. Teens, younger drivers, driving fast, weaving in and out of traffic. It's called the kryptonite quotient. You think because you're young, under 24, under 21, under 19, you think nothing's going to happen to you. I won't crash. If I have an accident, I can heal up quickly. Your age group dies first. Now we're talking about why is 9 p.m. to midnight a dangerous time period for young drivers. It's not what you think. And I'm looking at some of your answers. It's not drunk drivers. So you got to move past that. Think deeper. Okay? Think deeper. People are going in and out. They're tired. Young drivers are more likely on their way home. I see some more intelligence. Thank you, Sophia. Young drivers get tired. Really, you need about 10 hours of sleep. But all of you are not getting 10 hours. You're barely getting 7 hours. Let's check that. You're barely getting 5 hours. So many of you are just driving with 5 hours or less. It's called micro sleep. You micro doze off for a second. You're driving, you doze off, and then you wake back up. You doze off, then you wake back up. Truck drivers, no cap. Sorry on truck drivers. Truck drivers, young drivers, and people who do the night shift are more likely to fall asleep at the wheel. Okay? So you have to start taking care. Oh no, that's for like my parents' age, or that's like for my sister who's 25. You're foolish because your grades are gonna fall in school. You're going to fall asleep in first and second hour. I'm an educator. All you do is sleep in class, first, second, and third hour. Okay? Because you're staying up all night on social media playing video games, and you're not that good, Jackson. You're not that good, Johnny. You're not that good. Right? You're not good. Okay? Reese, you're not that good. The new Battlefield is out. You're not that good. Okay? And we're going to talk about this. And I'm going to give you some information. Why is the period after school time period the most dangerous time for young drivers? Again, I'm throwing another question out. Why is the period after school the most dangerous time for young driver fatal car crashes? Think about that. Think about that. All of you are either 10th, 11th, 12th, dual enrolled, getting college credit. You got to get up, go to the vocational center, then go to the community college, get your college credit, get your high school credit. And you're smart. If you are, no cap, if you're smart enough to get dual enrolled and get college credit, you're going to save yourself $40,000, $30,000, $20,000. But no cap, some of you aren't smart enough to do that. You can barely keep up with geography or trig or calculus or English 11. Oh no, I'm taking 3 AP courses, but you failed the test and you come late. And then you want to blame the teacher and cry. Because you're overscheduling and you're staying up to 2 or 3 in the morning. You get 3 hours of sleep, and midway during the semester, you're going to get sick and miss a month of school, and you're behind. I've seen it happen. So the most dangerous time period is the 3-hour period, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have a lot of young drivers, inexperienced. They are not really focused on the driving process. I'm trying to beat my friend home. And then we go online and play the new Battlefield game. Or I'm trying to race my girlfriend home. And whoever gets there first has to go get a smoothie or whatever. Or you're trying to beat your parents home because you weren't honest. So that period 2 to 5 is the most dangerous. Y'all the young and experienced drivers, you're probably going to see more young drivers running the light, not a soft yellow light, not a middle yellow light, but a solid red light. 17%, 9 p.m. to midnight. A lot of young drivers fall asleep. Maybe you're working at a fast food place. In fact, the one student who we drove today, he also works at a fast food place. And he bought his own car. And I will show you the video when I see you. He bought his own car. His dad took him over a couple counties over. It's a Honda. It's a 5-speed manual. He works. He's been working since he was 12. And then I said, that's child labor law. He said, no, it's not. I work for my family business. So he's been stacking up his money. And he paid for his own driver's ed. How many of you paid for your own driver's ed? If you did, put yes in the chat. If you paid for your own driver's ed. Segment 2 is cheap. How many of you paid for your own driver's ed? Or your own classes? Put yes in. Because really it's very few of you. I had one young lady last year, her mom and her own a cleaning company. Another young lady 2 years before that, she works, she's a manager. She's the manager, actually she's the supervisor at a theater. I'm not gonna say the name of the theater. And once she gets her license and permit, she's gonna get her auntie's car, put new tires, get it fixed. She's going to be a manager. And I'm giving these examples to let you know either you're within the norm or you're not. We have 20 minutes and you're gonna get these 20 minutes. The highest number of deaths happened in May and October. The highest number of deaths, about 38. And this is regional. In some locations around the world or around the United States, it's more. California and Houston, California and Texas are the biggest states in the United States, so they have more deaths, they have more teens. Okay? 33% of accidents happen on Friday and Saturday. People are driving, they're wilding out, you got your paycheck, let's go. And you're out there wilding out. Well, didn't you used to do that too? Sure I did. Okay? We won the city championship. We lost in the state regionals 3 times. We were mad, but we got there. Some of you would never have that experience because your sports teams suck. It happens, but that's part of being in high school. You're only in high school one time, or you're only in college one time. Okay, let's look at this. Where do fatal car crashes occur for young drivers? A defensive driver anticipates danger, avoids crashes. Give examples on how you can drive defensively in these areas. I need you to think for a moment. I need you to give me an example on how you can drive defensively. Think, give me some ideas, type in your answer. This is a lot of powerful information you're getting. If this brings you value, give it a thumbs up. I really want you to think. Please go ahead and put your information in. I'm going to keep the class going. So if I was a teenage driver, number one, I bought my own car. And it was a piece of junk car. It was a Chevy Malibu, light blue. New tires, new brakes, didn't have any heat. I was proud of it. My parents did not buy my car. Not saying they couldn't. They were middle class people. Dad worked for Chrysler. He was an electrician. Mom was a nurse. Just my brother and I. They weren't getting us the car. And if I didn't get the car when I did, wow. I mean, I wouldn't have had anything. So I'm thinking back, if I had my Chevy Malibu right now, I would have my rusty car in the driveway. It would leak a little bit of oil. My mom would say, get that car out of the driveway. You're messing up my driveway. I will put it on the street. And then I would say, man, why is my car leaking? I would crawl under. I would find out, okay, it's the oil pan gasket. I would have to take the bolts out, put a new gasket in, or it's my valve cover gasket. I'm trying to tell you, you need to work on cars. I wouldn't tailgate because I don't want to crash my car. Because if I crash my car, I'm not getting another one. And yes, I drove to high school my junior and senior year. I got the car the beginning, middle of my 10th grade year. I was working on it, saving money up, and I bought my own parts. So but I was scared to bring it home because my mom and dad would have been like, whose car is that? Okay, but I had the car like a half a year and I kept it at my friend's house. So I'm telling you a real story. So you don't live like that. Your auntie, uncle, or grandma is going to give you a car. You might go on Facebook Marketplace, which is good. You just got to bring someone with you. So you got to be cautious. You can't tailgate. People drive faster. Cars are faster. You can't blame it on the Hellcat. You can't blame it on the Mustang. You can't blame it on the Tesla. If you have a fast car, you're going to drive fast. And slow cars can be dangerous just like fast cars. So keep a good following distance. Pay attention. You can't be on the phone, going live. Most of these social media platforms will ban your live if they see that you're live. They'll shut it down, which I think is smart. We have a video about an Instagram person who was going live and then they crashed and killed someone. They were in jail. So covering your brake, not riding around a group of cars, being thankful. I see a lot of you doing burnouts at the high school parking lot. Oh, I don't do that. Yes, you do. Yeah, Reese, I saw you doing a burnout. Yes, Sophia, I saw you doing a burnout. Yes, Sophia, I saw you doing a burnout. Yeah, Leo, I see you sleeping. Wake up. So you guys, I'm joking, Leo. Wake up. I see a lot of you at different high schools. I see burnout marks. I wouldn't do that. Sure you won't. Wink, wink. I see you doing donuts and circles and spinning out and drifting around. Man, you really dogging your mom's, Cadillac or her truck or your dad's truck. He doesn't care. Yeah, you blow an axle. He didn't care. They do care. So drive defensively. Have good speed control. Leave early. The one thing I want to tell you, leave early. Leo, if you're rushing to get to school and you got to pick up your friend and you got to warm up your car and you got to go get that Starbucks coffee, there's nothing wrong with that, Leo, but you got to leave a little bit earlier, right? How many of you pick up your friends? If you do, put yes into the chat. If you do, put yes into the chat, okay? And that's fine. And that's part of being a senior or junior. Like you're at the top of the food chain. You got your parking spot. They know your name when you walk in. You walking in and talk, hey, Shaniqua. Hey, Reese. Hey, how you doing? Principal knows you. Hey, Reese. Hey, Reese, I wanted to talk to you. I found a job for you, and I was mentioning you to one of my friends. They have an opening at a company that pays $45 an hour. Reese is like, thank you. Okay, so your principals care about you. Your teachers care about you. And if something happens to you, we will get sad. I really want you to know that. So when something happens to you, it not only affects your family, it affects your teachers, your principal, the counselor, the reporter who created the story on you when you died, the doctors and nurses who tried to save you. And it really takes a toll on the community. So how can you reduce your risk when driving in these areas? Go slower, leave earlier. More than half you put yes, you're picking up your friends. You got to leave early. You got to get up half an hour early. You know, some of your friends are slow. Man, come on in the house. No, bro, I'm not coming in the house because you're going to take another 10 minutes. I'm on the way here for 5. And if you don't show up, I'm leaving. Fair enough, dude. Man, you going to go to Starbucks? You paying? I've been driving you the last week. Oh, sure. Man, we got to be to school in 15 minutes. You're like, I'm going to take the back way. You're speeding through the back sub. You get there. There are 3 cars ahead. You wait in line. They move quick. You get your coffee and you get your drink and you take a picture. You post and you made it to school. You're like, yeah. And you brought some for your favorite principal or teacher. Thank you, Reese. I appreciate you. And then at the staff meeting, Reese, I got you a couple of pieces of pizza. You're like, thank you. And some Takis. You're like, where'd you get that? The principal gave it to me. My teacher gave it to me. You got something for me? No, I'm sorry. How come Reese got something? Favoritism. Yep, favoritism. So I'm telling you, okay, 97% of roads with the speed limit of 55 or less, young drivers are crashing. This means you're going too fast, slow down. We still have rural roads in our state, and there are a lot of rural roads around the country, dirt roads, rural roads. So you got to go slower. There's a crown-shaped road. It's a soft shoulder. Okay? I had 3 football players put the car into the ditch in the wintertime. The kid kept hugging the right, hugging the right, hugging the right. You know what happened? Went down in the ditch. I'm like, oh my God. 5 feet down. I panicked. The kid started crying. I'm like, it's okay. A guy in a big 4x4 helped us. It was a godsend. He had a tow rope. He said, you need help? I'm like, yes. Always have a tow rope. Always have work gloves. Have some tools. Please do this. 69% on sections of roadway where there's no traffic control device in effect. This means you're speeding. This means you're going through the sub. You're going through the roundabout. You're going too fast. You lost control. 53% on roads, on straight roads. Guys, this is going to be on your test. I'm telling you right now, I'm not just saying this to say it. It's going to be on your test. 20% at stop signs. So young drivers aren't stopping. So if your mom doesn't stop at the stop sign, your dad doesn't stop at the stop sign, your older sister doesn't stop, you're like, I'm not going to stop. And then someone walks across you didn't see and you hit them. Because how many of you have e-bikes or e-scooters? Please put e-bike or e-scooter in the chat. E-bike or e-scooter. E-bike or e-scooter. There are so many out there. E-bike or e-scooter, okay? You can go 30 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. I'm trying to help you understand the journey that people take. And you as a beginning driver, if you're making a right turn and you get careless and just kind of look straight, you can run over someone. And e-bike or e-scooter, it's not just for old people. It's not just for young people. Usually people like 15 to 25. And then you have that 45 to 75. I'm going to get a fat tire bike. I'm going to get an e-scooter. And there's grandma going 30, can't stop. She flips and cracks her head open. On-scene TV, I kid you not. A person hit an uneven part of the pavement. He died. He flipped, hit his head, his heart stopped, he died. These e-scooters and e-bikes, a lot of people are riding these things and they don't have helmets. They're going 30, they're going 20, they're going 15, they're on the sidewalk and you didn't see them and you hit them. It's called a right hook, okay? 11% of roadways where traffic control devices are in effect. So you're running lights, you're blowing stop signs, you're not yielding. Okay, we already, real talk, I need you to be honest. Okay, I need you to be honest. How many of you are driving with another person or 2 people or 3? And be honest, okay? Because I'm gonna go through the odds. If you're driving with yourself and another person, thank you, Ashton. Be honest, okay? Because here's the deal. When you drive with one person, one passenger, that's 44% chance of you being distracted. If you drive with 2, that's an 88% chance. If you drive with 3, it's 132% of you being distracted. And I'm just being honest. I care about you. I don't want to go to your funeral. I don't want to get a call or text. Hey, so-and-so is in the hospital. We don't know if they're going to make it. They want you to come and see them. They asked for you. I'm like, I'm there. I would leave school right now. I'm there. I'm there. Because I care that much. So what am I trying to get you to realize? If you have one person, it's 44%. If you have 2 people, 88. 3 people quadruples to 132%. So you want to limit the number of passengers in the car. In fatal crashes involving young people, 2/3 are those killed are other passengers, drivers, bicyclists, pedestrians with occupants in the young driver's vehicle account for 64% of the fatalities. Okay? So I'm going to ask you another question. We got 6 minutes. Things are going wonderful. You're driving 2 friends home from school. Stay with me. 2 friends home from school. Everyone is buckled up as you requested. You ask the driver, as you drive, the friend in the back seat unbuckles his or her seatbelt and reaches across the front seat to turn up the radio. The friend in the front seat turns around and starts tossing books in the back seat. What do you do? I'm going to read it again, and I need you to type in, what are you going to do? You are driving 2 friends home from school. Everyone is buckled up as you requested. As you drive, the friend in the back seat unbuckles his or her seatbelt and reaches across the front seat to turn up the radio. The friend in the front seat turns around and starts tossing books into the back seat. What do you do? I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I'm done pausing. First, you better get mad. Like, bro, what are you doing? Slow down. Put on your seatbelt. Because that's going to distract you instantly. You could swerve. You're going to take your eyes off the road and like just pretend someone's your mind. Bro, what are you doing? And then as soon as I take my eyes off the road, I just hit someone. So if you have someone like that in your car, don't drive them. But some of you are not strong enough. No cap, no hate. Because your friend group is the most important group. I had 1 or 2 tight friends. I played on the football team. We bonded. We ate together. We worked out together. We spent a lot of time together. Then I had my group of regular friends who I would have in classes. Then we had the girls who hung out with the football team, mainly cheerleaders. We had the girls who we knew in the school, really nice, want to hang out with. And then we had the regular students, and they were cool too. Okay? So the football team is the heart of your school, the core, the foundation. And if you have a good football team, you're going to have a positive student body. You've been to pep rallies before. If your team makes it to the state championship, you'll be like, oh my God. And then your best friend gets a scholarship, or girls basketball team, they make it to the regionals, and 3 girls get recruited. 1 goes to Texas, 1 goes to Michigan, 1 goes to Nebraska. That's powerful for the school, okay? But also you're driving to a regional competition. You're driving to a state competition, because I've been fortunate enough to have all-state girls in track, all-state boys in football, all-state boys in basketball, and it's a really special time in their life because you get a chance to take them to a college, talk to the recruiter, you talk to their parents. It's a special moment, but it's also very stressful. So I'm saying to you is, you need to tell your friend stop and just pull over and put on your freaking seatbelt. But some of you won't be strong enough to do that. And then you got to really look at yourself. So don't get too thirsty for a friendship. That's what I would tell you, Reese. Reese, pretending you're my niece. Reese, you don't need them, girl. Your mom showed me the text. You don't need them. Because your uncle and auntie should give you an honest opinion. Your grandmother should give you an honest opinion. I have very honest girl cousins. I have very honest grandma. Okay? You got to talk to someone who will give you an honest opinion. Okay? What rules and limitations will you create when you drive with other passengers? What are some of the rules you made? What are some of the rules? We got a couple minutes. What are some of the rules you've made? Okay? What are some of the rules you made? And I'm taking you through a journey of your basketball team, football team, track team, swim team, golf team, your wrestling team going to the state playoffs. It's special, okay? You know, in Georgia, they spent over $3 million on their football stadium. In the South, Sports are next level. The coaches make more than the principal. It's next level. Ooh, no smoking. Don't touch me. Oh, don't mess with my ox. Love that. Love that. Okay, set some standards. Put on your seatbelt. Stop playing with me, right? Stop playing with me. That is so important. You got to set those standards, okay? And I like where we are. Always, because what's going to happen is a lot of people are thrown out of the vehicle, okay? In the next class, we're going to look at what are some of the deaths that have happened here in our state, or here in the, no vaping, no smoking, because more and more teens do this. We know. We're not foolish, okay? Wear your seatbelt at all times, okay? I don't want my car smelling like smoke or vape, because your mom and dad going to come in the car. What's that smell? It smells like a skunk. Now the smell is on you. You smelling crazy. Your mom or dad's going to smell it. The house is smelling bad. You're like, bro, you want us to pay for your senior trip and that car smells like a skunk because your friends have been smoking in the car? You just think about that. Most teens live a healthy lifestyle. Okay, here's what I need all of you to do. Put your first, middle, last name, and date of birth into the chat, and then you can go. Guys, we had a very powerful class today. We looked at what is happening to American teens. We looked at what is happening around the world in terms of young drivers. We looked at what is going on across the country. Young people are dying in epic proportions. And as an instructor, that's heavy on my heart.
Thank you.
I got you. Put your information in and you're good. So what I need you to do is just dig deep. And I'm really appreciative for all of you just taking the time to come on to listen to my live. There's a lot of questions, and I need you to subscribe. I need you to look at all of these videos because I'm going to go live as much as I can. And tomorrow morning in the AM around 6 a.m., I'm going to be driving to a downtown region. I'll mount everything in the car. I'll go live. You'll see me put on my seatbelt. You'll see me adjust everything, and I'm going to take you through a suburban area, a major highway through to a downtown area, and then I'll do the same once I get out, and I'll come back through traffic. So I think that'll be very helpful to you. So if you can make my live around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I don't know what time you guys will be up, but at 6 or 6:15, I don't want to leave at 7. I won't make it in time. 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'll be going live. I'll have everything mounted up in the car. You'll see me with my crispy. You're welcome. Thank you. You'll see me with my crispy shirt on and everything else. So I just want to say really thank you, and I appreciate you so much. Bye.